Stop. Keep on, I said it ain't gon' stop. It ain't gon' stop, it ain't gon' flop. Stop acting like we ain't so hot.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence and I'm back with another video. As promised, I am doing a comparison video between Siege, their War for Cybertron, Jetfire, and Phoenix fan stories of Jetfire. Basically, I'm doing this because there's a lot of comparisons of the two. A lot of people saying one's better than the other, namely Siege. They're saying, I think what they're really saying is that Siege is very much less expensive than Phoenix, and you can achieve somewhat the same effect. Now, I dispute that personally, so I'm gonna let you know my biases. For me, and I said it in my last video, Phoenix is my masterpiece. The aesthetic, his articulation, everything is masterpiece to me. It looks masterpiece. The aesthetic on Siege doesn't look masterpiece to me. Now, can you get away with it? I think you can. That's subjective. So we can go through a few objective and subjective things. Objectively, sorry, I had to take a drink. It's Friday night. But yeah, objectively, and I'm not gonna just keep talking without messing with the toys. To me, objectively, Phoenix is and I say objectively because I feel like it's an objective thing. Like, he's a better made product. Put it that way. Now, is he, $150 better made product? That's to be debatable. And that's where I think the debate comes in. I don't think anybody that has handled Phoenix would say that Siege is a better made toy than Phoenix. It's just a fact. I think there's no disputing that. When I said it's Friday night, it's Friday night for me. I'm filming this on Friday night and I'm having a cocktail. So, but it's probably not Friday night when you're watching this, depending on how long it takes me to edit the video. Shouldn't take me long because I'm not gonna go through articulation and everything. I just want to compare a little bit. So like I was saying, let me get them straight up. So gun wise, actually accessory wise, Siege comes with way more accessories. Now, granted, are they accessories that you will use or not? I think that's individual. So let me take this off. If I can get it off. Yeah, I just want to take all the accessories off, except for the gun. So yeah, Siege comes with way more accessories. Gun wise, I like his gun. I mean, I kind of like it better. Not better, but it has more detail than Phoenix's gun. If you can see that. This is pretty light. It's about the same heft, the guns. So in that department, sculpt wise though, he probably has it for the cartoon. So that's the thing you have to look at with Masterpiece. They're kind of going for a cartoon aesthetic, especially nowadays. So I mean, face sculpt, his sculpt is not bad at all. Let me zoom in. As you can see, it's not a bad face sculpt. His sculpt, however, is, I think, a better humanoid face sculpt. Like, if that's what you like, it's, like I said, it's going for the cartoon. So that is what it is. I mean, that's subjective. That's a subjective. Most of the comparisons will be subjective. Even scale. I will say, I will be the first, not the first, but I will say even scale is objective. And that's probably their two biggest, that's probably one of the biggest differences. No, the two biggest differences, like I was saying, is scale. Scale, this guy is insanely big. But according to how you feel your masterpiece, how you feel Jetfire is compared to some of the other characters, I mean, you might want him that big. If you're okay with having a smaller Jetfire, well, then Siege will be fine. So scale, even scale is subjective because the cartoon was all over the place. We all know that. Now, finger, hand articulation, of course, Phoenix has the hands. They're the normal way of they're sculpting their hands. They're each individual. Some people don't like individual, and that's fine. So that's subjective as well. I think the biggest difference also is, or one of the biggest differences is the line work. If you notice his line work, he has the mold, all those molded details. Like I said in the video for him, he has like the siege stuff going on, like the molded details, the just that type of aesthetic, which is great. I actually kind of like that better. I like the molded details. I think he should have molded details versus Phoenix, back up a little bit, who is, like I said, smooth and more of a cartoon look, cartoon aesthetic. Now that's subjective as well, depending on what you like. But what isn't subjective is the fact that this is the look that most of the Masterpiece line is going for. Now, early on they weren't. They were going for kind of, I think, a more realistic look with some updates. But now most of the consensus is they're trying for an accurate, like, toon look. Let me turn them around and show the back. Knock his head off. Oh, the other accessories, which are these. That's an accessory that I really like. As you can see, the two backs. He clearly has a bigger backpack. He's just a bigger person, a bigger transformer, I should say, not person. But see the back of their legs. It's just cleaner. Phoenix is cleaner. And I'm not saying that's better. I'm just saying if that's what you want, if you want a cleaner aesthetic, then you will go with Phoenix. But this is more, has details, but it's clean on the back. Like, he's gonna have a backpack. His backpack is what it is. Let me put his wings up a little bit. Like I said in Siege's video, they borrow a lot of engineering, which I'm not sure if that's them borrowing it from Phoenix or just the character. The character to get it to look like every character. There's a few transformation pieces. That's why I don't know why people gripe sometimes, because every character has a few transformation pieces that really can't be changed that much. Or you will change the character, or you will make it more complicated than it has to be. So, like the wings, for instance, the way they fold up. But these wings are cleaner. They don't have the hollowness. Being a Hasbro product, unfortunately, they do try to save money on plastic, so they're a little more hollow. But again, you make the decision if it's worth whatever extra money that it is. I know a lot of people say no, and that's fine if that's how you feel. There's hollowness in here, and I don't want it to seem like I'm killing Siege, because like I said in my other video, it is a great figure and probably one of the best figures in the main line that I've seen. It's top 5 for me. And like I said, I don't I keep saying like I said, I'm gonna stop saying that. But I don't collect everything. I haven't collected everything. I mod out all that. I know there's a ton of lines in the main line. So forgive me if your favorite figure, edges out. If your top 5 edges out Jetfire. But for me, I'm saying for what I collected and the main lines that I collected, like the Thrilling 30s and those lines and some of the newer stuff that I collect, this is top 5 without a doubt. Sieges. So then you have his feet. Now, my main thing is I don't like the hollowness in his feet, which is to be expected, as I said. But to be fair, he has hollowness in his feet too. I know y'all didn't know that was coming. Y'all thought I was just gonna glance over that. Nah, his feet are hollow too. However, they are made of die cast. So although they're hollow, they feel heavy. I don't know. I think that's it for robot mode. So I'm gonna get them both into jet mode, and then we're gonna go through jet mode and show off some of the comparisons and see what they look like. I forgot to compare him to one of the main bots that you want to compare him with, which is Optimus. The Optimus I have. So, and here he goes. So then you have Phoenix and Optimus, which Phoenix is definitely tower over him, and I feel like he should. I feel like that's the great scale. For me, you already know that Phoenix is my masterpiece, so that's it. But subjective. He's a lot bigger than him too. He's not towering, but he is definitely bigger. So I think that would work. Like I said, aesthetically, sorry about the mistransformation, but I was in the middle of transforming. I was almost back to the jet, and I forgot to do the comparisons. I wanted to do some of, really I just wanted to do an Optimus comparison, because that's, you can get a sense. You know how most people have an Optimus that is masterpiece scaled, and if you collect masterpiece, so because if you don't collect masterpiece, there's no reason you're even thinking about Phoenix or want Phoenix, or trying to have him stand in as a masterpiece. So if you just collect the Siege, of course it's a no-brainer, but I just want to give a little comparison to to the collector that may be on the fence. I know Phoenix is hard to get. He was just reissued. I got him when he was reissued. So I understand there's all types of reasons: money, cost, scarcity, because I would not pay. And that's just a sidebar. I know worth is whatever is worth to you. But to tell you the truth, I would not pay what people are asking for Phoenix, me personally. But some people wouldn't pay what Phoenix was asked for at retail. So I feel like he's worth the retail price. Once you get him in hand and you feel the joints and the heft and just the Fans Toys aesthetic, they make a great product. I don't care how you feel about Fans Toys. I know there's a lot of hate out there, and Maybe because it's their fans. I don't know where the hate comes from, but they definitely know how to make a product. So, I mean, that's why I call it hate, because if you handle a fan's toys product, they don't always make a good transformation. Even I can say even this transformation is probably one of the best, because it's a more simpler transformation. So it's not much, not much in complication. But I just wanted to add that, just my 2 cents. But some of you, I feel like this is a good prime. Like I love this prime. The colors grew on me. I didn't like the colors as much. This is Magic Squares Prime, the first one without the metallic paint, which the paint was a little flat, but it grew on me. It grew on me, and I like it a lot. And some people are like, they feel MP44 is a better buy. Not for me, like not for the price. I don't feel it's a better buy. So like all this stuff is subjective. All right, so let's go to transformation. So here's the 2 alt modes, and as you can see, they're vastly different as far as, not vastly as far as design, but because it's only so much, but as far as size. Again, some of the same differences are noticeable. Here you have, let me make sure, yeah, it's not mistransformed. That's just hard to peg in right there. But here you have some of the detailings. You have the molded detailings, and you also have some kind of little bit of hollowness right there. I put these guns just to show like weapon storage. You can storage like that. He has way more weapon storage, way more places for his accessories. This guy has a lot of well, he just doesn't have as many accessories. Cockpits, you can open his and put a headmaster or a Titan master, as they are called. Here, I'm not sure if you can open. I never tried. Oh, you can. Okay, you can open his, and he has seats, but I don't think anybody fits in there. It doesn't look big enough. But to be fair, I haven't tried it, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he also has seats back here. I don't think his opens up over here, back here. So they both got landing gear. And as I said, they share a lot of their engineering. And I'm not sure what that's about, or, I'm not going to speculate and say it's about anything other than design. So turn them on the side. The one big difference that just shines through is just the molded details, the cleanliness of Phoenix as far as the sculpt is really, plain. So if you don't like that plainness, I mean, it fits with the masterpiece aesthetic. He has more molded details. He has a little more going on that makes it a little more interesting to me than Phoenix, for sure. But I mean, I don't know how much that will play a part in anybody's decision. Really, I just want to do this for fun. I mean, to tell the truth, and I could be wrong, but to tell the truth, and here's the back, and that's where his weapon storage is, which I think is pretty lame. His weapon storage isn't that great. I think it can store underneath too. I'm not sure, but I haven't tried it. And here is him. But like I was saying, I don't know why this comparison should happen. I'm just saying, I think, other than it's fun to compare figures that are similar from such lines that are so far apart from each other. Optimus Prime again, but nobody's really gonna be masterpiece scale because Optimus couldn't fit inside of Jetfire when he's a jet, so we have that. But like I was saying, I'm not sure if any, and I could be wrong. If I am, correct me in the comments if you're a masterpiece collector. But if, say somebody gave you these both for free, I don't know who would display Siege over Phoenix in their masterpiece collection. I just don't see it happening. Now, I totally understand the reasons for getting Siege. I totally do. And I think that's why I made this video, just so you can see the differences and how far apart they are, which isn't that far. I think their size is probably the biggest factor, as I said earlier. The size and the molded details is the biggest factor as far as how far apart they are. I think he looks great as a robot and would probably do what you need him to do. So yeah, I mean, there's that. Maybe this has helped somebody. I don't know. If you're on the fence, if you are looking to purchase Siege because Phoenix is so expensive, like I said, I would not pay, even though worth is to the beholder. What something is worth is, you know, people might say I'm crazy for paying retail for him. When I say people are crazy for paying retail MP44 prices. Like, I'm not buying MP44 because I just think it's an experiment personally. But some people say it's worth it, and if it's worth it to you, it's worth it. But I don't think Phoenix is worth aftermarket prices. It's supply and demand, so they're worth whatever anybody can get. Really, I'm not into like shaming scalpers. I don't think people understand what scalping is. But that's another topic. So I'm gonna bring this video to a close because it's getting too long. But yeah, I just wanted to give this little comparison, or big comparison, for the people that are on the fence that want a display piece of Jetfire. I think Siege is it's probably the best figure you're going to get of Jetfire in the main line ever. I can say that with certainty, unless they come out with a masterpiece, official masterpiece. So there's always that possibility as well. But I don't think, tell you the truth, with Siege coming out in the way it is, I think they did this on purpose so they would not have to come out with a masterpiece. I think they could get away with all the people that want an official masterpiece. They say, well, Fans Toys has one, so you know they're well aware of the third party. I know they know, you know, people probably aren't replacing Phoenix with an official masterpiece, but the people that don't have Phoenix will buy this at the price point that it is. All right, so this has been Inflewence. Please like, subscribe. What you're gonna write on the wall of the cave. Like, subscribe, and share. I would very much appreciate it, and I appreciate you rocking with me.
Hip hop, I feel, I gotta say, who am I? You might say, influence, and I spit better than most in this game. Provoking thought with